Hi everybody, it's Kimberly. Welcome back and welcome to the first official episode of A Brief on Grief. So firstly, before I jump into talking about stuff, I just want to recognize that if you found yourself to this video right now, you're likely grieving right now and going through a loss of some sort. So whether it's something that's currently happening right now or something that you've experienced, weeks, months, years back, I just wanted to recognize this and pass my condolences and love to you during this difficult time and during this loss. So today, my focus is talking about grief. What exactly is grief? How would you define grief? What's all encompassed in it? So, I want to talk a little bit more about that today. And before I get into all that, I wanted to recognize that everything that I'm going to talk about in regards to grief and loss and some of the theory and things behind it is stuff that I learned as I went through that specific grief recovery, a specific grief recovery program. And this book right here by John James and Russel Friedman, this is the book that they developed that leads people through the grief recovery method is what they call. And they've got a website for the grief recovery method and the Grief Recovery Institute, which they've developed as a website and a platform to kind of share all this information. And it's actually a program you can actually go through being trained to be a grief specialist and assist people with healing through grief. So just to clarify, I'm just a normal person that's gone through this program. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a therapist, and I haven't been certified in this grief recovery method. So I'm just sharing information that I'm inspired to share with the world, as well as some personal experiences along the way as well. So let's jump right in. So what exactly is grief? I thought we could play a little game to learn a little bit more about that. So let's do a multiple choice game. I've got a little cheat sheet here because I don't want to worry about memorizing all this because that's no fun. And then you just get worried about forgetting stuff. So, so I've got a little cheat sheet. We're going to play a multiple choice game. So grief, what is grief? So grief, is it A, a normal and natural emotional reaction to loss or change of any kind? B, a set of conflicting feelings, as my tongue is getting conflicted trying to say that, a set of conflicted feelings caused by the end or the change of a familiar pattern? Or C, is it feelings involved when reaching out for something or someone that has always been there for support, only to find out that this person or this thing is no longer there? Or D, all of the above? So what's your guess? Okay, so what did you guess? D. So D, all of the above. So yes, grief is a mass, that's kind of a daunting word, but is a collection of a bunch of different feelings, and they're always conflicting, and they're involved in any kind of loss in your life. So any kind of loss, unless you physically have lost someone or something in your life, or any kind of change of a familiar pattern or a habit that you're used to. So it's funny that I'm getting inspired to talk about this right now during the global pandemic that's going on, because I actually see this as the world grieving. We're having a global grieving process right now, because what's more of a shakeup and more of a change in habit than being isolated in your house, being told you can't leave, being told you have to not work or work from home, or being told that you have to shut down your business and not serve clients. Like, this is a huge grieving process that we're all going through. So I just want to recognize the unique time of this too, that it's actually very, very interesting. So yes. So I think that's probably enough for this first little episode, just to kind of get more of a clarity on what grief is. So to clarify, grief is the feelings that are always involved in any kind of loss. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about different losses and stuff in the next episode. But I just want to honor the fact that grief is not only reserved for those major losses that we might might first pop into our heads, like divorce and death. It's for all kinds of loss. So, on that note, I'm going to finish with a quote because I'm liking that little tradition that I started with my intro video. So, again, I don't want to memorize it, so here we go. Don't dismiss the heart, even if it's filled with sorrow. God's treasures are buried in broken hearts. So, thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you guys next time. Love to you. Bye.